Howdy everybody, thank you for joining me again on Talking Texas Law. This is attorney Mark Brunner. Today the question is,
in Texas, does the jury have to be unanimous?
You know, one of the fundamental aspects of a criminal jury trial here in Texas is that when the jurors do render their verdict, it must be a unanimous decision, meaning that all 12 jurors in a felony case or all 6 jurors in a misdemeanor case must reach the exact same decision regarding a guilty or a not guilty verdict. And also, after a guilty verdict here in Texas, unlike many other states and the federal system, the jury, not just the judge, the jury may be the ones who assess punishment. And guess what? For their punishment verdict, they have to be unanimous as well. Sometimes that can cause a lot of trouble because you may have a case where a defendant, let's say, is found guilty on a first-degree felony, and they've got a range of punishment from 5 to 99 years in prison or maybe life, and maybe also the possibility of parole. I mean, gosh, that's a really wide range of punishment for a jury to decide upon, but again, they have to reach a unanimous decision on what the exact punishment is going to be. Failing that, if a jury does not reach a unanimous decision on either the guilt or innocence phase or the punishment phase of the trial, a hung jury can result for that phase of the trial only. So again, by law, unless that jury reaches a unanimous verdict, it will be a hung jury and the state is free to retry that particular phase of the trial all over again without any sort of double jeopardy complications. You know, this is a little different from our typical majority rules aspect of how we conduct our civil society, let's say in things like elections or in other aspects of life. You know, majority rules is usually good enough in our democracy. But again, in a criminal jury trial, especially here in Texas, it's got to be that unanimous decision. Every vote counts. And that's an important concept to consider when both sides think about taking a case forward to a jury trial here in Texas. You know, whether it's the state or the defense, it's not good enough to go to trial if you just think you have, well, I've got an argument that may appeal to one or two particular juror members. It's really important to go that extra mile and try to find a whole series of appropriate legal arguments that's going to appeal to that wide range of everybody on the panel. Because it's going to take, again, a unanimous decision on guilt and innocence, guilty, not guilty, and also, again, on what a punishment might be if a guilty verdict is rendered. So knowing that it takes that unanimity, that is a very important point. As always, this video is being offered for educational and informational purposes only. It's not to be construed as giving legal advice. And this is not a legal consultation. And unless you are already a contracted client of mine, I'm not your lawyer. This has been attorney Mark Brunner, and thank you all so very much for joining me on Talking Texas Law. I'll see y'all next time.